of the National Football League. Brings us to the outskirts of the nation's capital. It's Northwest Stadium in Landover, the home of...
Jake Moody to
Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, welcome to this game. Jake Moody going to get it started. Off we go from Northwest Stadium. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So here come the Eagles, and they are led by the reigning Super Bowl MVP. What a season for Jalen Hurts. Took the Eagles to the mountaintop. Now his 6th season in the NFL.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike. I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically. They got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up.
On first down, it's Hurts. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Fake the give. Now it's Hurts. That's caught. It's the tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
That's good for an Eagles first down.
Hurts delivers it quick to Brown. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
1-yard gain brings up second and 9. At the Commanders.
Hurts again.
7-yard line.
He's going to tuck it and go. And a nice run close to the first down, protecting himself, sliding at the end.
And it's
Third down and 3. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He'll get that out to Barkley. And the defense can't stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
That's another Eagles first down.
Now Hurts going to call his own number. And that leg going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss.
29-yard line.
The decision whether to keep the ball or to hand it to the back happens so fast. In this case, the quarterback thinks it was a keep read. The defense was there ready to stop him. Tackle for loss.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Complete to
Bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding him to just a short game.
On third down, it's Hurts. Forced out wide. Taking off, he'll try to get there. He'll get a dozen out of that one. Scrambling his way to a first down.
12 yards.
He can still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. First carry for the Auburn Alliance. Big Bigsby. And he finds some space tackled after a gain of 7 on first down.
4-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
In motion, that's the tight end, Granson. On play action, here's Hurts. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes. Oh, it's Armstrong. He gets in for the sack, and that is now an even 20 on the year. What a season.
Third and long.
On third down, here's Hurts. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
The defensive line clearly has a beat on this offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job protecting them early in this game. That's already 2 sacks allowed.
3 points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. Deebo Samuel going to get a chance to return it. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. So here come the Commanders, and they are led by the Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2024. Greg, it was such a good rookie campaign. for Jaden Daniels out of LSU.
To say he had an impressive game last week, Mike, might be the understatement of the season. I mean, to break Norm Van Brocklin's single-game passing record, a record that stood since 1951. I'm not sure if we can expect him to replicate that here today, but at this point, I'm not sure if I put anything by him.
A gain of 4. It's now
Off the bootleg. Here's Daniels. That one secured by the tight end Bates. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And this ball incomplete on third down.
Intended for number 23.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts getting set for their next possession. And he's given defenses across the league a lot to think about when they try to game plan for him. Consider he's currently 2nd in the NFL in quarterback rushing yards. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory.
4 yards on the pickup.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 6.
23-yard line.
Play action. Here's Hurts. To the right side, caught by Dobbs. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the first down. A pickup of 8.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Running from the pistol with Barkley. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 31-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
18 yards on the play.
A run with Barkley. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Hurts going to keep it on the option. And he will take this into the end zone. What a run. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year. The quarterback had the decision to make, and boy, he chose the right one, taking it in for the touchdown.
The key to this play, Mike, is the decision-making by the quarterback. Get your eyes on that defensive end. If he crashes on the handoff to the back, you pull it, he gets out in space, and he does the rest.
Eagles 10. Commanders nothing.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there.
At their own 25-yard line.
The RPO, this one to McClure. A peek at his receiving numbers from a week ago. Part of the offensive performance that led them to victory. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 3. RPO here, quick shot to Ayuk. He'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
That's good for a Washington.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake, here's Daniels. Under pressure, and he'll go down. He does. Zach Ball in there to bring him down for his 7th sack of the year. 3rd and Daniels. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And it will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A big one there on third down. Good for 26 yards.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. If you want to stay in the field, you better be good on third down.
And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. Commanders with the football to begin the second quarter. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and a couple. As we are ready to get back underway. Now it's the Arizona part that is the Corey Merritt. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a first down.
Gain of 3 yards.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
This one batted away. It's incomplete. Good hands there in the end zone. And that'll bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That's going to be incomplete. Buffalo very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
10 yards to go.
Now Daniels. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. So Jake Moody now out for the field goal.
Jake Moody on
this one from 52 yards away.
52-yard attempt.
Moody's kick is good. And the Commanders are on the board. It's now 10-3.
Commanders 3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. Man in motion is Smith. On play action, Hurts. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
The RPO, they'll get it to Brown. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And on third down, that ball incomplete. So on 4th down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt. Jalen Lane is deep for Washington. This is taken at the 25. And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels ready to take over once more. He has been sensational all year long. The NFL's leader in passing yards. He just recently went over the 4,000-yard mark for the year. Looking middle of the field. It's complete. He's taken down to just shy of midfield. That's the way to get started. To pick up a 17 and a very quick first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to touch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line. 3rd down and 9.
The tackle made back back at his 48-yard line.
Throwing is Daniel. That's McLaurin on the left side. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
It's a gain of 11. And a Washington first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Play action. Here's Daniels. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the intended receiver there. And it'll lead to a second down. Daniels now going to look to throw. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
That's a gain of 3. It's third
Daniels
and
going to throw again. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. 17 yards on that connection. First down, Washington.
yards. That's another Washington first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets. It puts so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
Makes it second and 10 at the 21.
Daniels with a give to Krosky Miller. Strong running there, pushing his way forward to gain a couple.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, making you work for everything you get.
And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
A gain of only a yard.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
Moody's kick is good. And the Commanders cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game. Take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards for running backs, and he's right there among the best in the league. He takes off. Showing off the footwork, sliding down after a gain of 8.
It's a gain of 8. Brings
From
up
31, here's second and 2. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
And 2.
Open man is Palmer. It's complete. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took to get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up the first down.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him. He really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Third down, 3 to go.
Brings up third and 3.
Again, Hurts. He'll look underneath here for Barkley. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the first down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. That's good for an Eagles first down. A gain of 5. First down, Eagles.
On the jet sweep, here comes Smith. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Now, Hurts. A pass caught by Saquon. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
A gain of a yard makes it third and
Throwing
11.
is Hurts. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. It'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down.
It's fourth
It's
down.
going to bring up fourth down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Trying to be a little too perfect there and hit right at the goal line. Continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. There's Dan Quinn as his Commanders head back onto the field. We'll go three tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with Daniel. And he let him a bit too much. The pass is incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, it's Daniel. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniel. Able to complete it to Ayuk. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
That's good for
His
Washington.
50th reception on the season. And he's got a first down to go with
35-yard line.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll be back just outside the nation's capital after this. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. To the air again is Daniels. Moving to his left. Taking off. Showing off for footwork. Sliding down after a gain of 8.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Throwing on 2nd down. Daniel. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
A 7-yard gain. And a Commander's first down.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniel. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Daniels to throw on 2nd down. He's going to keep it himself. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
On the play.
1st and 10.
Another Washington Commanders first down.
To throw is Daniel. Loose football. And I think the Eagles have it. Yes, they do.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
Nick Sirianni, the Super Bowl winning coach of the Eagles. His guys ready for their next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. This one complete to Palmer. And he'll be out of bounds as the first down completion nets about 3.
Out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
On 2nd down, Hurts. Short throw taken in by Goddard. So the Eagles use their first timeout here. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half.
Brings up
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now it's Hurts. He gets that to Brown. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
And that first down was huge for this offense. Now they can take a deep breath. Focus on trying to put a late scoring drive together before we hit the halftime break.
Now he takes off. He'll get a dozen out of that one. Scrambling his way to a first down.
Gain of 12 yards.
Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second as they stop with 28 seconds to go in this first half.
36-yard line.
Hurts looking to throw on first down. He'll take off again. And he'll go into the slide there. It'll be a gain of a couple.
2 yards.
Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts. And they'll get together prior to the second down play.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Eagles will tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. 3 seconds, all that remained in this first half as that one's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Daniels now on first down. Now he'll air one out. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Our look around the NFL starts now. In the Pacific Northwest, the Seahawks at home to take on the Rams in the NFC West. And look at this. He didn't want to play in a different uniform, but there he is, Cooper Kupp. He's going to find an opening down the field and pull this one in. A 55-yard touchdown. The Seahawks keep it rolling. They get their 6th straight victory here. With that, time for a look at the playoff picture. Things starting to come into focus in the NFC here in Week 16. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward as we get you back out to the second half and rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Wow, indecision right away. Delay of game to start this drive.
Still first down.